My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at the chart for uh, the boss, legendary musician Bruce Springsteen. If you look to the eastern horizon using Vedic sidereal zodiac, you would see the constellation associated with Taurus rising at 29 degrees. First, we'll look and see how the planets are operating in this chart, what gave him his successes, and then we'll look and see at the timing of events and what we could do to strengthen the chart. So first, Sun is at 7 degrees. It's ruling his house of happiness and family life, and also it is a significator for father. So his happiness comes through in the house of uh, setbacks and so this moon gives him success through public entertainment, expressing his inner conflict and depression through troubled childhood. Moon is also can be associated with the neck. He had the surgery to replace a disc in his neck that affected his vocal cords for a couple months. Then we have functional malefic Mars. Any multiconal sign in the 6th, 8th, or the 12th house becomes, this really becomes functional malefic. So we have Mars that can cause some issues. Sitting in, it's ruling the 12th and it's sitting in the house of success. So it connects his success with his ability to separate from who he is, 12th house, and take on these roles as this performer. Even though he's depressed, he can get up there in front of thousands of people, dealing with the hand that he was dealt with in his birth chart to express passionately his troubled childhood, his alienation as a child, and depression. And then we have weak, afflicted Mercury at 25 degrees, ruling the house of creativity, and it's sitting in its own house. So it is afflicted by K2. Gives creativity through entertainment, expressing his depression through drugs. Mercury, if it's afflicted, it can affect the mind and intellect. Mercury gives this ability to communicate and sing and write music. Then we have weak old age Jupiter, also functional malefic. Sagittarius sitting in the 8th house, ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter's in its own sign. Which is helpful, but it's in very old age. So the 8th house has to do with childhood trauma. He definitely had a difficult childhood. It afflicts the 12th house of depression, the 2nd house of stability and marriage. He had divorce, and the 4th house of family that had, also ended in divorce. And Jupiter also affects the weight. He was traveling a lot for concerts and not eating well, and was fairly underweight and didn't have much stamina early on in his 30s. Then we have also Venus. So you have Libra sitting in the 6th house. Venus becomes functional malefic. It's in its own house as well, which can give setbacks with wife and marriage, dead end divorce. Then we have Saturn. Saturn is one of his strongest planets, along with Sun, and it's ruling the house of career, sitting in the house of happiness. So it really helps him with his career through hard work and discipline. The significators of Saturn, Rahu and K2, functional malefic. K2 sitting in the 5th, and Rahu sitting in the 11th. So this is balancing creativity and income. So he did turn down $10 million for Born in the USA, which they wanted to, or $12 million. They wanted to make it into own it commercially. He turned that down in February of '86. We'll look at that. Let's look at the timing of events. So in '69, he joined the band Castiles in a Saturn period, Saturn career, so the start of his career. Then in '75, he had the hit Born to Run, also during his Saturn period. '84, Born in the USA, and he rejected this $12 million to make that commercial during a Rahu period. Rahu's sitting in that house of income. Then we have in '90 and '91, he had children during a Mercury period. Mercury's ruling the house of children. He had this throat surgery in 2013 during a Mars period. Mars is ruling the house of surgery. Then we have got the Medal of Freedom from Obama during a Rahu period. So again, Rahu giving that boost of social status and income. And then sitting in that house. And then just recently got the National Medal of Arts Award from Biden. This is during a K2 period. K2 is sitting in the house of entertainment. And we also have on the chart on the left is the transit chart for that period. And you can see that Jupiter, let's see here, Mercury and Sun are well placed in the house of income. Mercury giving that communication, entertainment. Sun is giving happiness there. So what could we do to strengthen the chart? Well, he's already doing charity work that supports transforming the malefics, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, Rahu, and K2. The rest of the planets could be strengthened by my favorite remedy, a kavash. It's a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for his benefic planets, which are Mercury, Saturn, Moon, and those are the main ones. So if you'd like to get a reading, you can go to www.vastucreations.com, or also you can find courses in astrology there. Thank you so much for listening.